Welcome to Nerd Science. I'm going to have you guys start to look very briefly at minerals. I'm not going to hammer this too hard this year. I'm ready to move on from rocks and minerals, as I'm sure you guys are. So for your brief look, check out page 16 of the reference tables. It's the very back cover if you still have your printed version. And let's talk about what's going on here. So if you go from left to right, that's the easiest way to understand how this is organized. Then all we got to do is get down a couple vocab terms, and we'll call it a day. So luster. Your choices are either that it's metallic, one weirdo, don't worry about that right now, or non-metallic. And basically the moral of the story there is, does it look like a lump of metal in the way that it shines light? It really comes down to its shininess. So this looks metallic. It doesn't necessarily mean shiny. This, if I catch the light right, is shiny. This one's a better example. This one, if I catch the light right, shines, but it's not metallic. It's clear. So that's metallic versus not like that, right? So non-metallic. Okay. Next, hardness. What you generally use if we're in the lab is your fingernail. Your fingernail comes in right about 2.5. So if you can scratch it with your fingernail, it's less than 2.5. If you can't, like I couldn't with this, it's actually right on the line, but I certainly couldn't with that clear one, then that's higher than 2.5. So it's if you're going from left to right, you got metallics, and then these are in order. And then you got non-metallics, and these are in order. The scale goes from 1 to 10, and it's just a relative scale. It's arbitrary. There's no units. It's just comparing minerals to each other. The reference table here only is minerals from New York State, so it doesn't get up to 10. 10 is diamond, 1 is talc. So it's just how hard it is on a relative scale. And again, your fingernail is about 2.5. Glass, which I shouldn't do here. Let's see if I can do it. My water glass. Yep. No, it doesn't show up on camera. This is harder than glass. Glass comes in at 5.5, so you should be able to scratch glass with anything 5.5 and up. All right. Now, again, you guys, whether I do a lab or not, I'm not sure I will. We'll see. You'll only have to deal with the reference table, and if you just, again, do that. Metallic, 1 to 10. Non-metallic, 1 to 10. Put them in order, you're good. Next one. Does it have cleavage or fracture? Now, the check marks will be on one side of the line or the other to say those are fraction minerals, those are cleavage minerals. And what that is how does it break? One like this, you can see has this kind of rhombus shape. On the molecular level, because of the way that the molecules attach to each other, if I took a hammer and smacked this thing, it would break into more smaller rhombuses. Or the piece that existed before this got sold to a lab company, to a school, it was larger rhombus. It's always kind of a rhombus shape. This is rock salt, which has a cubic cleavage. It's got a little schmuck on there. But it always breaks into cubes. Even if you guys have ever heard of talc, talc has cleavage because it's in these thin and flexible sheets, or breakable sheets, I guess. All right, so those are all cleavage. Excuse me. Fracture would be if it just kind of looks like a random hunk of mineral. If you don't see repetitive, flat, parallel faces like you do with this one, cleavage, repetitive, flat, parallel faces, fracture, just random breaks. Fracture, just random breaks. Yeah, cool. All right, what's next? Common colors. Colors aren't terribly useful. Some minerals, particularly quartz, quartz can come in all kinds of colors. There's also a ton of colors that are clear or white. I'm sorry, a ton of minerals that are either clear or white, or there's a lot that are black. So color doesn't really hook you up a whole lot. But sometimes it's if you got these other things and you're, in between these two, then maybe that'll help. This, and this is where the Regents likes to hide little questions because there's a lot of words here and they like making you read. But hey, there's Greasy Feel. Finally, 9th period class. Here's your namesake. Finally comes up. But it's things that are kind of unique to the minerals. Sometimes some of them are a giveaway, like this guy that's magnetic. Where did it go? See, it's magnetic. Lo and behold, that's called magnetite. So it's really, there's no systematic way for me to say you know, this is organized. This is just kind of like random little factoids about the minerals, but they will make you want to read those once in a while on a question. Uses occasionally comes up on question. What's this mineral good for? What's its like use? The composition rarely, but sometimes comes up. Sometimes they'll make you do things like look for, they'll say a silicate is one that has silica and oxygen. Tell me what mineral is a silicate, and you'd have to find that. They're pretty rare. I doubt I'll put that on our quizzes because we're taking it easy this year. The mineral name, and should you ever need any of these, there's the name of them right there, or if that ever comes up for any other reason. All right, so again, the bulk of this is going to be, first do the luster, metallic, non-metallic. Then do the hardness, is it softer to harder? And then if you can tell cleavage or fracture, like probably 90% of the time that's going to get you there. And then maybe these two things will be the tiebreaker to get you to figure out what that answer is. All right, that's the quick version. I'll give you a crossword and I'll see. Either I'll do another mineral quiz with these very minerals, or we'll do something else. I guess I got to mention streak. Streak. I'm missing my streak plate. I'm sure I have some around here. But what this is, streak, and I'll find one for the quiz, hopefully, is you would take a mineral and it's this white ceramic plate that you can like go and scrape it on there, and it comes off as a powder, and then you see what color the powder is. And sometimes that streak is a good giveaway. It's particularly a good giveaway for this hematite, because hematite sits in either category, and people never find it, but the red-brown streak is a big giveaway on that. Fool's Gold Pyrite, that's what I got right here. Would have a green-black streak. So I got to find my streak plate. I know I got one somewhere. But that should really get you through most of the minerals. I'll give you some practice. We'll do a quiz, probably the same deal. I'll put the quiz out tomorrow, being Friday, and do that due by Monday. All right? Thanks for listening. Welcome to Earth Science. Happy Thursday.